What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another reaction video, and as you can see from the title, this one is a little bit out of my comfort zone. And the reason that I'm doing this is not only has it been requested by a couple of you recently, it's actually, today is the 25th of April, and in New Zealand and Australia we celebrate that as Anzac Day, and Anzac stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. So yeah, it's a pretty big day for us. We always get it was originally to commemorate all the soldiers that fought in the Battle of Gallipoli, which is in Turkey, a peninsula in Turkey, in World War I, where we fought for the Allies against the Ottoman Empire. But then, since then, it's kind of just evolved into more of like a broader commemoration and remembrance of all the Kiwis and Australians, you know, who have fought in all the major conflicts. So I thought that, because we're closely allied with Britain, we obviously, you know, a lot of our military is based off of them. Like, we have the SAS as our special forces, which is like a branch of the, you know, the British special forces. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to have a look at the Marines. The video that I've got here has got 14 million views, so I mean, it's you know, it should be pretty interesting. It's about 16 minutes long, so I won't keep you guys waiting for too much longer. But yeah, other than that, let me know if you guys have any questions about, you know, Anzac Day or our military or anything like that, because I know that you know, a lot of you guys have mentioned in my comments on my videos that you guys are either you used to serve in the military or you are currently serving in the military. So yeah, I'm always interested to hear that sort of stuff, so I appreciate it. And without further ado, let's check it out. See what new Marine Corps, is it corps or corps? I don't know. I don't even know how to say that word. What new Marine Corps recruits go through in boot camp. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I imagine there's going to be a whole bunch of shouting, and then people probably just like folding mentally. What's he trying to do?
This is Marine Corps Boot Camp in Parris Island, South Carolina. Before they become United States Marines, all recruits have to graduate from the Marine Corps' 13-week basic training program, which tests them physically and psychologically.
No, I feel sorry for you! It's a pressure cooker for 12 weeks. Under the pressure of an intimidating drill instructor, someone that's putting you under the scrutiny of attention to detail every single day, and to a certain degree, everything you do is never going to be good enough.
Everything at boot camp sucks. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be painful, but it's only gonna hurt more if you look at it that way.
Around! It's boot camp, and it's supposed to prepare you for the challenges that lie beyond.
Gotta be tough, man. Mentally, probably more than anything.
5 days at Parris Island, where we saw different companies at various stages of training.
You will not run, you will walk. Get on the yellow footprints right now. Right, sir. You will do what you told to do, when you told to do it, and without question. Do you understand? Yes, sir!
On day 1 of boot camp, new recruits arrive at the receiving barracks, where they take their first steps toward becoming Marines by walking through these silver hatches, symbolizing
looks like they're fresh out of high school.
Between the outside world and Parris Island.
You walk through these silver hatches once and never again, you understand? Yes, sir!
Man, it's intense.
Once inside, recruits are processed and assigned to their platoons.
Yes, ma'am! I know you were told us to come with your hands down! Put it up in a butt.
I'm out!
After graduation, Marines commit to a minimum of 4 years of service.
Wow.
Upon entering the Corps, an entry-level private will earn around $20,000 a year.
There's a bug in here.
Recruits are required to make a phone call to a family member or their recruiter to let them know they've arrived.
This is Recruit Hatcher. I fly safely at Paris Island. Please do not send any food or bulky items.
They're only allowed to read the script printed for them inside the phone bank.
Oh, whoa.
I'll take you in 7 to 9 days by letter with my new address. Thank you for your support. Goodbye for now.
Get in the class. Hey, sir!
Recruits are given 3 chances to get someone on the line.
Sir, my recruiter's not answering, sir.
Call him again.
Not every recruit is able to make a connection.
If there is no answer, hang it up and close it.
Aye, sir.
But they won't have long to dwell on it. The Marine Corps Recruit Depot in Parris Island sits on 8,000 acres of the South Carolina Low Country.
Whoa.
It's one of 2 enlisted recruit depots in the United States. The other is in San Diego, where only male recruits are trained.
Makes sense.
Around 20,000 recruits graduate from Parris Island every year before joining the more than 180,000 Marines actively serving today.
Wow.
We take young men
Pretty
and women
prestigious,
from
eh?
all walks of life, all cultures. Maybe they were rich, maybe they were poor. They've got different religious backgrounds. They are the melting pot of America. And they come here with one common goal, and that's to be a United States Marine.
Parris Island, South Carolina. Here, everyday Americans become Marines.
Yeah, I like my World War II history quite a lot. I read up on that quite a bit, so that's kind of where
Male
my
recruits
knowledge
have
of
been
Marines
trained in
goes.
Parris Island since 1915. Female recruits began to train there in 1949. Today, females comprise under 25% of recruits at Parris Island, and approximately 8% of the United States Marine Corps, the lowest percentage of any United States military branch. A recruit's day begins before the sun comes up. Their typical wake-up call is 0400 or 4 a.m.
Ouch.
Recruits endure an intense series of physical challenges.
4-3. Am I hearing that right? 4-3.
Yes, sir.
Fail.
Some recruits arrive in better shape than others.
Some never did anything more than sit on a couch, as a couch potato. And some may have been collegiate athletes. So there's a vast spread of what their athletic fitness and ability is.
Aye, sir.
Much of their training happens here, in Leatherneck Square, where a series of intimidating obstacles comprise the confidence course.
Man, you take a fall off that thing.
No, I'm tired of watching you freaking fail. You failed this event. Nope, just grab your canteen and go. You failed this event. May I just have one more try, sir? What did I just say? Aye, sir. What did I just say? Aye, sir. Go! Aye, sir.
The training program is progressive in nature. It
Wow.
starts out in a crawl, walk, run approach throughout
You
training.
failed.
99.9% of those that get here and complete all those requirements at the end of training, regardless of how they started.
Hey, son, just
I'm
jump
slipping,
out.
please. Please help. I don't want to do this. I don't. No, I'm not. Please.
Good Lord, son.
Any recruit with a
Fear of
heights
heights.
gets the
Fear of
chance
heights.
to conquer
Sorry.
that fear, courtesy of this 47-foot tall tower. Recruits must rappel down using 2 different methods.
For me, the rappel tower was hard because I sort of had a fear of heights.
Grab below my right hand with your right hand.
Yeah, man, if you got a fear of heights, hey, that
There's nothing to be worried about. You'll be safe all the time.
Can you please help me?
I'm trying to help you, son.
I don't want to go down.
Recruits with a phobia of heights have little choice but to face their fear.
just got to do it, man.
One of the most dreaded parts of training is the gas chamber.
What?
Crush, 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 crush.
Where recruits are exposed to CS gas, more commonly known as tear gas.
Oh, okay. Oh, do they have to take their mask off?
Once the recruits enter the chamber, they break the seals of their gas masks.
You go in, you feel it, instantly hit your skin. You just feel burning.
Say something to me now.
Feels like those few minutes felt like an hour.
Whoa. Oh, that's
After around
brutal.
5 minutes, the recruits are free. But the pain endures.
Oh. Oh,
Definitely,
wow.
Thank God for fresh air. It's really nice to be able to breathe in
Oh.
and feel an instant burning sensation.
Wow.
Super important because it builds confidence. Confidence in the gear, confidence in the drill instructors, and then confidence in themselves.
Recruits are trained in different styles of hand-to-hand combat.
First thing we want to see is that straight thrust, you understand? Yes, sir.
With a football helmet on.
A key aspect of their martial arts training is fighting with bugle sticks.
You killed that opponent unit.
The bugle stick techniques are intended to mirror those used in combat while using a bayonet.
Here in the Marine Corps, we have a kind of a little ditty that means red is dead.
Do they still mean... Do they still have bayonets?
So that red side is supposed to emulate the actual knife portion of the actual bayonet mounted on the
Oh,
weapon.
okay, right.
So anything that you strike with that red tip, 9 times out of 10 are either going to be incapacitated or laid to rest.
Oh, there goes his helmet.
Honestly, it gives them an opportunity to blow off a little steam. They have a lot of pent-up aggression, especially towards maybe their drill instructors. They're out there, they're actually doing what they feel like they signed up to do, which is learn how to combat the
Recruits
Oh, yeah, there it
also
is.
practice with actual bayonets. And engage in other types of hand-to-hand combat. Although male and female recruits do intersect during training, platoons are separated by gender. And although the recruit depot has experimented with integration before, the Marine Corps is the only military branch that separates male and female recruits during basic training.
I wonder what the logic is behind that.
According to the Corps, every Marine is first and foremost a rifleman. Recruits spend the bulk of 2 weeks devoted to marksmanship.
Nice.
The first of which sees few shots actually fired.
First off is the fundamentals. They have to understand how to aim. They have to understand exactly how to breathe when they're taking that shot. They have to understand exactly how to squeeze the trigger and how to have follow-through and recovery with a rifle.
Combat operations is the foundation for every single Marine, regardless of what your occupation is. What it is to sit behind a rifle, look down that barrel, and be able to put lead on target.
The Marine Corps is defined as an amphibious warfare force. Therefore, swimming plays a key role in training.
If you see another recruit up there and there's more than 5, you go away. You're making me lose my life.
During swim
Wow.
week, recruits go through numerous exercises in the pool while wearing their camouflage uniforms.
Imagine their blood pressure, right, as drill
Parris
instructors.
Island isn't all physical. Recruits also spend long hours in the classroom. But what may seem like downtime,
Anything but the gas chamber.
moment when a drill instructor decides to order an impromptu cardio session at Parris Island. It's what's known as getting slayed.
Planking.
It's an experience. You realize the thing you've done to get in a sand pit, and then you realize, okay, that hurt, so let's not do that again.
Physically it hurts, but me personally, I never worried about the pain I was feeling in my body. It was more thinking about the mistake I made and how I need to correct it the next time.
So there's going to be some chaos, because when they come here, we can
Really
wanna tear
understand
down,
them.
and then we want to bring them back up into the mold of what it is to be a United States Marine.
Recruit training culminates in an event known as the crucible. Over the course of 54 hours, with minimal sleep and food, recruits must endure realistic combat scenarios.
Yeah.
The sounds of gunfire and shelling are played over loudspeakers mounted in the training area.
Yeah, I bet that they
Recruits are forced
get them
to
up
work
all hours,
together to overcome obstacles,
mess with their
and
sleep.
achieve objectives that require problem solving and strategy.
You gotta start all over.
Aye, sir.
Brutal, man.
This is what we saw on the second day. The recruits had become exhausted and irritable.
Catch us ready. Ready. Jump it. Jump away.
Jump. You're not even jumping.
Aye, sir.
You're just falling down.
Aye, sir.
You know, you go through a really rough time.
Oh, you gotta crawl with someone on your back.
You start thinking, man, like, it's hot, I'm thirsty.
Ooh.
My arms haven't felt this bad in my whole life.
That's brutal.
You just keep looking at the person to the left and right, and you're like, well, he's doing it. I gotta keep going. Like, I'm not gonna let him do it on his own.
Come on.
So there's no reason not to push.
Once the crucible is complete, these recruits officially become Marines.
Man. And then it only really begins.
Friends and family see their new Marines for the first time in more than 3 months.
You did it, man.
Families that come down for graduation day that haven't seen their son or daughter in about 3 months immediately notice not only a physical but an intangible difference. When they walk across that parade deck on train day 70 and they graduate, they're no longer recruits, they're Marines.
Meanwhile, in the barracks of Lima Company,
I'm talking to you.
What a journey, man.
Party through good here?
Aye, sir.
All that trash out.
Aye, sir.
brand new recruits diligently square away their racks before being warmly welcomed by their senior drill instructor.
Sit up straight and look at me. Our mission is to train each one of you to become a United States Marine. Discipline and spirit are the hallmarks of a Marine. We will give every effort to train you, even if some of you have given up on yourself. Starting now, you will treat me and all other Marines with the highest respect. Physical or verbal abuse by any Marine or recruit will not be tolerated. My drill sergeant and I will be with you every day. Everywhere you go, you must give 100% of yourself at all times. Above all else,
Whoa.
never quit or give up. We offer you the challenge of recruit training and the opportunity to earn the title United States Marine.
I swear I felt like a recruit then. I was there, man. I was in that room. Wow. That was intense. Intense but cool. Like, not knowledgeable. I'm glad I know that now. That's pretty cool. So, like, basically, like I was saying, my my knowledge only goes really as far as like the whole British side of things. Like, I've watched quite a few documentaries and series on people trying to get into the SAS. We have a few family members in the SAS and the Special Forces on my wife's side, and also my grandfather was a fighter pilot for the Royal New Zealand Air Force. He flew a P-40 Kitty Hawk and a F-4U Corsair against the Japanese in the Pacific, and so yeah, it's pretty amazing going through some of like the photos and hearing some of the stories about the old wartime and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, coming back to this, it's just it's pretty, that gas chamber, man. I was not expecting that those guys look like they had been absolutely wrecked, smacked over the face. I've never experienced tear gas, so I've got nothing to compare it to, but you know, I've only seen photos of people with, like, you know, swollen eyes, and it just looks like the worst. But you know, I mean, I guess you just got to go through it. And also, I have a family friend on my my dad's one of his old friends. He used to go. I'm actually not too sure if he ever made it into the SAS, but he would, like, we would always know that every year he would go off to try it out. Where basically you go through a similar training camp like this, and then you get dropped off out in the desert, which is kind of in the middle of the North Island of New Zealand. But it's like a real sort of cold, like tundra, sort of bleak place. Not your typical desert with sand and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, you get dropped off, and I think you have, like, you got minimal supplies. You got a big backpack that you have to carry, and you just have to find your own way back. With, like, I think you got 2 days to find your way back to base. And yeah, so I always remember talking to him and thinking that was pretty cool, like hearing his, you know, what he had to go through. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I thought I would do this little, you know, video off the beaten track of mine of American sports, and, you know, have a look into the military, just because it kind of coincides with our big military day that we have here in New Zealand and over in Australia. So yeah, if you like this, guys, if you want to see more of stuff like this, like if you have any other ideas for videos that aren't sports, then let me know down in the comments, and you know, I'll see if I can get around to doing it, and it should be a bit of fun, because, you know, I would like to expand my horizons and see what else I can find out there. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So if you like this one, please smash the like button, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.